Alright, good morning. This is a Man v Beast combat tutorial. So I thought I would go over a combat between our three heroes, Kimsha, Butu, and Gragok. They are the characters that are in the example in the back of the book. And they're three mooks. Remember, when you start an episode, you start a session, there will be one mook equal to each number of party members. So we got three PCs, we got three mooks, Harda, Baywell, and Take. And they are mooks, meaning they have one hit point, they have all base attributes at the minimum. They are coupled with a sword and a sling for this particular group, and I'll show you what that looks like here. So again, we have Butu, right? And Butu's ready to go. He is a hammer and armor. Gragok is our sword and shield, and then we have Kimsha, who is spear and shield, and we have their three mooks who are wielding swords and slings. So first thing that happens in combat in Man versus Beast, the first thing we're going to check as you introduce the scene, as they see the Cyclops step over the mountainside or whatever, there's a fear C check. Fear, this trumps initiative. So all of them would have to make a Fear C save. Fear C save states plainly save versus Constitution. So let's go ahead and do that. So first, let's roll for Kimsha here. Save versus Con, and her Con is okay, is 9, I believe. Her Con is 9. She gets a 7, so she's okay. Gragok, let's go ahead and do Kimsha. Let's go Butu. So let's do Butu. Butu save. His con is 15. Uh-oh, Butu might be in trouble. Where's Butu? Butu's con is 14, so he failed. So Butu has failed his save. Let's do Gragok. What is Gragok's con? Gragok's con is 12. So she has succeeded. Butu's failed. And, 20 is an automatic failure no matter what. 1 is always a success. Gragok has failed. So two of the heroes are frozen in fear, and the mooks, remember, are automatically at the lowest. Their attributes are 7 and below for the mooks. The mooks are 12. They failed, and the mooks would. So we got only one combatant that has not failed the save. So this is going to be a very dangerous combat. Okay. This is done before any initiative. Any character who is successful in dealing with Fear C save can assume all normal, right? Any characters that fail this save automatically lose initiative on behalf of the entire party. So they've lost initiative no matter what Kimsha, no matter what the initiative would be. This group literally loses initiative. So that's set for the entire encounter, including combat. On behalf of the entire party in the fullness of the encounter, including combat, because they have to shake out of it. Any individual who fails this save C will also make all encounter and combat rolls at disadvantage for the entire encounter. This is a very, very dangerous combat, as everyone except Kimsha will be rolling at disadvantage for this entire combat. We also know they lose initiative to start this encounter. So, describing the Cyclops as they come through the jungle and they see it step not far out of range, it is combat. And the Cyclops, this is missile. So Cyclops chooses to tear a tree from the ground and fling it. And we're going to fling that tree at, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to roll the 1 to 6 and count down from the top. And 5. It's going to go 4, 3, 4, 5. So Butu is our target for a tree. The Cyclops missile. Fortunately, Cyclops is not an accurate combatant. 5 and below to hit, it will do 6 damage if it hits. So 5 and below, Butu is hit with a flying tree. Oops. Flit with a flying tree. D20 for everything. 13. No, so the tree misses Butu on turn 1. Kimsha has no missile weapon. This is where things get dangerous. Kimsha, no missile weapon. Gragok, no missile weapon. Butu, no missile weapon. So they aren't, even with disadvantage, they are not going to be able to do any damage to the scene before it's in melee. However, all three of our mooks do. So we're going to roll this 3 times. And remember, any successful roll, because they're disadvantaged, must be re-rolled. So I'm going to roll all 3. and we'll take a look at what they are. We got 4, that's a success, 16's a failure, 14's a failure. They don't have to re-roll, they've already failed. So we got 1 hit that must be re-rolled. And he hits again, damn. So that's Harda. That was the first die, so that's Harda. Harda actually steadies himself against the beast and flings a stone. And this sling slings cause 2 damage. However, the Cyclops soaks 2, and you always do a minimum. Always do a minimum of 1 damage. So the Cyclops has suffered at least a point of damage. He's down to 24 health. That is missile, right? So I'm going to put here missile, a 1 hit. Now we're going into melee. Holy cow. Alright, so it is assumed now, abstractly, automatically, that they are, if they're in the ground and there's nothing between them, they would automatically engage in melee on the second turn. We already know they've lost initiative. Cyclops always go first. Cyclops threw the tree at, oh my god, who is it? Butu? Gragok? Butu, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Butu. So the Cyclops is focused on Butu for some reason. We're going to stick with that. And the Cyclops needs to hit Butu. So remember, we use your hero's ability to defend himself. 8 and below. So all the Cyclops needs to hit Butu is 8 and below. Here we go. And what I roll? 3. Oh, 7. It's a hit. The Cyclops on Butu does. Oh my god. Cyclops does 8 damage to Butu. Butu has no armor soak. Yo, he does have armor soak. So 7 points of damage. Butu is already down to 9 and waylaid by a giant club as the Cyclops storms into melee, smacking Butu with this club. Holy cow. Alright, we're going to start at the top. We're going to start with our 3 mooks. They are disadvantaged. Again, I'm going to roll all 3 to hit the Cyclops. It's giant, so it's easy to hit. 15. You know, you're whacking away at this giant creature. So, again, they need 15 and below, and any of them who succeed must re-roll. That's disadvantage. 15. Okay, so 1 hit. Let's make him re-roll, as he did hit. And this time he misses. Oh, and I'll roll 2 for the other 2. We've got a failure and a hit, so we have to re-roll the 1 final hit. And it's a failure as well. So all 3, terrified of the Cyclops, swinging madly with their swords, unfortunately can't do any damage. They may be actually striking it, just not hitting it hard enough. They're just terrified. Gragok, again, needs a 15 and below. Again, he's disadvantaged. Gragok, 15 and below. He gets a 9. That means he has to roll again, disadvantaged. He basically needs to be successful twice. And he is! Gragok hits. Gragok does 5 in melee points. It soaks 2, so 3 points come off the Cyclops. So Cyclops is at 21. And by the way, Butu is at 9. Whew! Okay, here we go. Gragok made the hit. So Butu's turn. Butu needs to roll under 15, and he'll have to re-roll due to he failed. So he just flat fails. We don't have to re-roll a failure when he's already failed. And Kimsha is our final combatant. She is not disadvantaged, and she hits, and she does. She's not the most powerful. She does 3. It soaks 2. She does 1 point, but at least the Cyclops in this round is down to 20. And we are on to round 2. Right? I'm going to say round 2. Alright, the Cyclops is preoccupied with Butu. We're going to stay that way, as why would it change its focus? It might change to her with that hit, but I believe Gragok even did more damage. Would he turn his attention to Gragok with that damage? No, I think he would stay engaged, right? I mean, he's engaged with Butu. It's something about Butu has enraged him. Initiative, it's already won initiative. It needs an 8 and below. I think it needs an 8 and below for Butu. Butu 8 and below. So fortunately, it misses, and our 3 mooks. I'm going to roll all 3 for the mooks, and I'll count them I'll count them in order. We got success, success, success. Damn. The problem is they're all disadvantaged. They all must do it again. They need all of them must be 3 and below. Maybe all 3 will get hits. Hit, miss, miss. Are you kidding? Damn. We did get a hit that does 1 point of damage. So again, at least the Cyclops here has suffered. The Cyclops would be down to 19, but at least they did some damage. All right, let's go over here to Gragok, who had a great hit last time. Let's see if Gragok can get a hit. 15 and below. He does not, and he does not get to roll again. Butu, 15 and below. No. And oh, she hits. Good. And she does, again, she does. Kimsha hits, doing 3. It eats 2, so she does 1 point of damage. And the Cyclops is down to 18. They're slowly winning this, though. All right, round 3. The Cyclops continuing to assault Butu. Needs an 8 and below. Oh, 1! It's a guaranteed hit, so this is a hell of a hit. And again, it does 8. He soaks. Butu soaks 1. So 7 more. Butu's in deep trouble, down to 2. Oh my God, we've almost had one hero eliminated. Butu down to 2. All right. Here we go, our 3 mooks. It just starting with the mooks. So normally mooks automatically go last in all initiatives, but it's just for, yeah, I probably should have done this rule as written. Mooks would always go last, but just because there's a lot of numbers here for me to do by myself. 20 is a miss, 12 is a hit, 15 is a hit, so 2 of them hit, but again, we have to re-roll those 2. And they are missing a hit. So we did get a hit, doing 1 more point to the Cyclops. So again, the Cyclops is down to 17. We are slowly waging this battle. We'll see if he can hurt or kill anyone before this is over. All right, now it's Gragok, who did get a hit before. He's disadvantaged, which means he must roll twice. If he succeeds, he did succeed. He got to be successful twice in a row, and he is. And Gragok does quite a bit of damage. Gragok, with his sword and shield, does 5, -2, 3 more points. So Gragok has got the Cyclops' attention, doing 3 more points of damage, down to 14. They are indeed in a hell of a battle here. Butu's roll, before he succumbs, before he hits, can he get it done? He can. So Butu gets a hit. Butu's damage. Butu does 4 with a big hammer. Oh, Butu's supposed to always go last, but that's okay. 4 -2. He does 2 points of damage. So again, our Cyclops is roaring in pain as the big hammer drops upon his ankle bone, right, or something. And last but not least, Kimsha, who's been successful this entire encounter. She is successful again, and again, she only does 1 point of damage. But they are indeed waylaying this Cyclops. Round 4 about to get underway. Still attacking Butu. It needs an 8 and below. And no, it misses. How about that? The 3 henchmen, mooks. Mooks hit, hit, hit. We have to re-roll all 3. And the mooks get a hit, hit, hit. Oh, 3 points of damage. Remember, they take a minimum. Cyclops is down to 8. Wow. Is down to 8 with 3 points of damage. All right, Gragok misses. Don't have to roll again. Butu hits. He has to roll again due to disadvantage. And he hits. And he does his 4 -2. He does 2 points of damage. The Cyclops now down to 6 as they have waylaid it. And Kimsha misses. Damn, that's too bad. All right, Butu could get pounded on this. 8 and below. He is pounded. 8 -7. Butu is going to be on round 5. Butu is -5 out of play. Wow, he's out of play. Oops, round 5. Okay, the 3 henchmen on the Cyclops success, hit, success. So 2 succeeded. So let's re-roll 2. And both succeed, doing 2 points of damage. So the Cyclops minimum, remember they do suffer damage, minimum of 1 no matter what the soap. Cyclops is down to 4. Gragok trying to kill the creature now that Butu is down, misses. And Kimsha can kill it, maybe 2. Kimsha hits, doing 1 point of damage. The Cyclops is down to 3, and we're going into round 6. What an epic battle. Butu down, he's turning his attention to Gragok. Gragok having wounded him the most. And Gragok, I believe, with his shield, whoops. Gragok with his shield is a 6 and below, I believe, right? Gragok, yeah, 6 and below. So the creature misses. The minions, here we go, all 3 mooks. We got a hit, and a miss, so we have to re-roll 2. And both, 1 hit, so 1 point off the Cyclops. Cyclops now in round 6 is down to 2. They are about to defeat this thing. Again, I'm not, if this was a role-playing game, we'd be a hell of a lot more descriptive, etc. I'm just doing a combat tutorial so everybody sees how it works. It already missed Gragok. Now Gragok gets his attack, and it is a failure, so he does not get to re-roll. And Kimsha's Butu is out, dying. And Kimsha hits, doing 1 point of damage. The Cyclops down to 1. And we're into round 7 already. He turns his attention on Gragok. He needs a 6 and below to hit Gragok with his shield. He fails. Okay, let's go ahead and roll. So let's go ahead and re-roll that. That's for one of the mooks. And mook does hit. So 1 more point. The mooks are going to ultimately bring the Cyclops down at 0. So round 8, post-combat, the Cyclops gets a recovery roll, right? Cyclops, his recovery is 10. So if the Cyclops rolls 10 and below, the Cyclops will recover and be at half his hit points. So the Cyclops, this is not an instant kill. Cyclops gets an automatic, he's a main. So mooks are dead, out. Characters don't get a recovery roll until combat's over. Creatures get a recovery roll if they're a main, and then they would be basically recover back to half hit points. So it's like a resurgence. Yes, so the Cyclops bellows and cries out. It goes to a knee in pain, and then it lifts its head into the sky and roars and stands up. And the Cyclops is back up for round 8. Back up to half his hit points, 13. Oh my god. And the Cyclops now, who'd won initiative, is going to attack Gragok. So you can see how dangerous this game can be. You are men versus beasts. 4, he hits. He has to roll again. Oh, no, he hits. Doing 8 points to Gragok. Gragok's armor soak is none. 8 points, Gragok. Oh my god, his health is 12. 8, he's down to 4. Wow, Gragok is down to 4. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. Our 3 minions. None of our minions have died. None of our mooks have died. Let's roll for them, who already brought it down once. All 3 hit. We have to re-roll, though, for all 3. And, oh, 2 hit, though. So 2 more points against the Cyclops in this round. Down to 11. Gragok gets his roll. He has to roll twice because he is disadvantaged. Gragok misses badly. And Kimsha, who's been very good, hits again, doing 1 point of damage. Unfortunately, they just don't have, she doesn't have the ability to do much damage. Neither do the mooks. But they have attack numbers, right? This is what happens when a group mob a giant. Right now, imagine if this Cyclops had minions, right? This could be incredibly dangerous. We go into round 9. And the Cyclops, again, is going to attack Gragok. 6 and below. Misses. Our minions have been the key. They've been the key. And 2 hits, so we have to re-roll 2. And both hit again, so 2 more points. Thank God the mooks are kicking arse. The Cyclops is dead. This is like, you know, you really want numbers in these games of dangerous combat. You want lots of attack numbers. Gragok's roll. Misses. No. Hits. However, he has disadvantage. He has to re-roll it. And he misses badly. And Kimsha, who's been a stalwart, does her point of damage. So the Cyclops down to 7, and we're on to round 10. What a fight. The Cyclops raging at Gragok. Misses. Our 3 mooks fighting valiantly. All of them get a hit. They all have to re-roll due to disadvantage and fear. And 1 hit. So they do a point of damage to him. Cyclops is now at 6. Gragok rolls. Hits. He's got a hit. Come on, give me another hit. He misses. Damn. And Kimsha, who's been, again, stalwart today, a 2. She does another point of damage to the Cyclops. All right, round 11. And again, swinging at Gragok. Hits this time. Gragok's out of play. Very dangerous. So he takes 8 points. Gragok minus 4 out of play as he is laying dying. Our 3 mooks against the creature are going to get 2 hits. We got to roll 2 of them over because 1 already missed. And we're going to end up with both hitting, doing 2 more points. The Cyclops now is, again, raging. Cyclops is down to 3. Gragok's out of play. It is Buta, and Buta misses. Damn. We're going into round, what an epic battle, round 12. The creature turns its attention on the mooks. They are a, oh my god, I forget what the mooks defense is. The mook's defense is 13? 13. So 13 and below, and they'll kill the mook instantly. It's a hit. Whack. So Harta, dead. Right? So we're in now round 12. Harta, killed instantly. Cyclops, let's go ahead and roll for the 2 minions that are left. And we're going to get a miss and a hit. We got to re-roll the hit. And it's a hit. So, wow, I tell you, our 3rd, and that hit takes him down. The Cyclops is now down to 2 HP. And here we go. It is Kimsha. Misses. Oh my god, this is torture. Round 13. The Cyclops will again attack the 2 successful. And again, 13 and below, one of them is killed instantly. Oh, 1! They smacks him with his club, and his body flies 20s of 10, 20, 30 feet into the jungle, bashing a tree. Dead instantly is Baywall, killed. And the Cyclops, who's at 2, let's see, our last minion and Kimsha. Our last minion hits, but he has to reroll due to disadvantage. He misses in his fear as he sees his friend batted into the woods. And Kimsha, screaming out, hits, but she can only do 1 point. The Cyclops is at 1, round 14. The Cyclops attempting to finish off the last mook. Pow! Whacks him into the woods. And we now have lost Tiki. Killed. Holy cow, Kimsha has a chance. The Cyclops is the one that Kimsha can bring down the Cyclops. No, she misses. Oh my god, this is ugly. Oh my god, Kimsha. And Kimsha won't survive. Round 15. As it turns its wrath on the last standing survivor, Kimsha. Kimsha's defense is a 9. And Kimsha has how much? Health of 8. If this thing hits her, does she armor? She has no armor, so if this thing hits her, she's dead, basically. It hit her, pow. So Kimsha 0 out of play. Oh my god. The Cyclops with 1 HP has finished them. Now, narratively, I would have them, they'll have to make recovery. The combat's over, so they have to make recovery checks to survive. Right? So let's go ahead and do that. Gragok's recovery check. Not at disadvantage because the combat's over. He's unconscious. So if Gragok awakes, he is alive with half his health, and then there's will be a narrative, a description of what's happened since they were unconscious, right? Okay, they don't know what's happened. Okay, so his recovery is 12. He needs to roll a 12 and below, to survive his wounds. 8, all right. So Gragok would be up to half his hit points. So his health is 12, so he would be on his feet. He awakes at 12. Buta, recovery is 16. Oh, he made it, barely. So Buta survives. His health is 16. He would wake up at 8. And last but not least is Kimsha, our mighty warrior princess who fought valiantly, was the last to go. Her health is 8, but her recovery is 9. She has less than a 50% chance to survive her wounds. And Kimsha actually succumbs. Kimsha where's her health? Killed versus Cyclops. Oh, wow, we lose Kimsha. But the other two awaken to discover the Cyclops gone and their 3 mooks blasted around the woods, and evidence that the Cyclops carried away the dead body of Kimsha, probably eating her, tearing limbs with teeth away. Maybe when they wake up, they see in the distance the Cyclops licking its fingers, having just ate Kimsha. They awaken in the jungle, all their mooks' bodies scattered about, dead. They see the Cyclops too far in the distance to pursue as it licks its fingers, having eaten Kimsha. And they are awake and can continue about their adventure. What an epic battle. That went 15 rounds. Now let's talk about what could have happened. So, if Kimsha had brought the Cyclops to 0, right, before she was killed. So let's assume she was not killed. Let's say she brought the Cyclops on round 14. Let's say she brought the Cyclops down. Let's say she did. And let's say she brought it to 0 again. The Cyclops gets to roll its recovery again. Right? They're not dead until they fail their recovery checks. The Cyclops would literally get to roll 10 and below. The Cyclops wakes up with half its HP. Remember, half its HP was 13. It would wake up with 7. Half of its 7. Very, very dangerous creature. Right? And it would, yes, it would drop to its knees, roll over, stand itself to ground, and the Cyclops would step with 7 back on the board, and we would continue to fight. Hopefully, hopefully Kimsha could somehow survive it. But that is literally how recovery works for mains. Main NPCs, main monsters. They do a recovery check to see if they're dead immediately. If they're dead, fight over, you win. If they're not, they recover to half of their health. If they do it again, they recover half. Right? So eventually they're recovering to 1 health, and then they would be dead. So you can imagine why this game is called Man vs. Beast, and you can imagine why I allow character creation. I allow you to make a Gragok, right, with a 16, 14, 12. Now, this is a matter of, well, would it have been smarter? For instance, had he had an armor soak, it might have helped. If he put his 16 in con, he would have full hit points. 14 in his dex, he'd have great defense. 12 in his strength, he could do good moderate damage. Then if he took a sword and armor, he would have armor soak and a sword that gives him a defense check. So you can see how you can build a warrior. There's mathematically lots of little combinations, right? And then again, we're dealing with, and again, the Cyclops has something like fear, right? So not all these big bad creatures. Let me save this. Not all big bad. That was tutorial 2, by the way. Where am I at? Where's my book? There it is. So some have maul, some have ravage, fear. Fear C is the worst, right? It inspires the most fear. B is obviously not as bad, and A is the simplest version of fear. You just lose initiative, that's it, right? B, you lose initiative and something else, I think, if you fail. And C, of course, you lose initiative and you're disadvantaged for the entire encounter. So if this had been a conversation with an NPC, King, who has the fear C. So you can meet a chieftain who causes fear. and you fail that, you're going to be in negotiations with that chieftain at disadvantage if this was a conversation with a chieftain, right? And remember, this is the base. GMs are supposed to say, I'm going to make my own version of the big bird and describe that bird and tweak his health, tweak his defense, tweak whether he has fear, right? You're meant to create, this is just a guideline, you're meant to create your own main NPCs, etc., right? So there you have it. That is how it works. That is why when people say, God, I'm looking at the math, man, I can make a warrior that's unstoppable. Yeah, he will be in most cases. But remember, mooks cannot recover. They're killed instantly. But any main has a recovery roll. When they recover, they come back at health. They can recover 3 or 4 times in a battle, representing not that they are healing, but representing that they are broken, right? The first run to 0 breaks them. The second run to 0 breaks them further. And eventually you will waylay them if you survive. So this is an example of man v beast combat, and hopefully this was enlightening. Hopefully this teaches how the whole system works, and hopefully you can see the nature of what kind of character you're building and what kind of world you're going to be in, and how dangerous something like the Cyclops would be, which is why he's featured in the front page of the book. All right, bye.